Alright guys, it's official. Apple has announced their iPhone 14 September 7th event, and it is just around the corner. The invites are out. It's 2 weeks exactly from today. We have so much to talk about. I'm going to go over all my expectations for the event. So as always, if you guys are excited, it helps me out if you drop a like down below and hit subscribe so you always stay up to date on the latest Apple news. Alright guys, obviously I'm insanely excited right now. We have been waiting for these invites forever, and here they are. It is a ridiculously spacey Apple logo, which I'll get into what exactly I think that means and 100% confirms in a second. But here's what Apple says: far out is the tagline. RSVP to join us in person for a special Apple event at the Steve Jobs Theater in Cupertino. It's happening, as we heard, on Wednesday, September 7th at 10 a.m. All right, so now looking at this year's invite, it says far out and it shows an Apple logo in a galaxy of stars. Now, listen. I don't want to get too crazy here, but there have been rumors for years that Apple's working on satellite connectivity for the iPhone, which means in an area without cell service or reception, you'd be able to send a short text message or call emergency services in an area where you normally couldn't before, connecting to a satellite from your iPhone in the sky. So sure, out of context, that sounds absolutely bad, and there's no way Apple would ever do that. But some of the most credible sources have said it. And I don't know, guys. I know there's going to be a lot of folks that say I'm reaching or going crazy. But yeah, when Apple says far out and there's literally a galaxy full of stars with an Apple logo, I don't really know how to read that other than satellite connectivity is happening, and that's going to be the flagship feature this year. I mean, let me know your thoughts about this down below. All right, so now that I've talked about my thoughts on the invite and the details about the event, I want to talk about what's actually coming. Because this is Apple's September event, guys, this is when we are seeing the all-new iPhone 14 and the iPhone 14 Pro. And this year, unlike years prior, Apple is planning to seriously differentiate the pros from the non-pros. And if I'm being honest, the iPhone 14s are going to be a minor, newly upgraded version of the 13, but it's not going to be that different. For example, the design is going to be essentially indistinguishable with the diagonal cameras on the back, the same notch on the front. Even on the inside, it's going to be the same A15 processor, just slightly faster than last year. Of course, on the camera side of things, Apple is going to be bringing some new computational photography features, as well as possibly better hardware lenses on here for better looking photos. But like, again, as far as the big upgrade goes, it's not really here. Really, the big story for the standard 14 series is going to be this new Max model that's coming. It's going to be 6.7 inches under $1,000, which I think is going to sell like crazy because we've never had that size at that price point before. So as far as hardcore tech on the 14, really the story is the 6.7 inch model. I mean, there's going to be more RAM and faster Wi-Fi, and I'm sure Apple's going to throw in some new software features as well. And the reason Apple's not adding that much to the 14 is because they've spent so much time changing a ton of the pros. The entire front looks different with an all-new cutout that looks like the lowercase I. That's where Face ID and the camera are going now. Because of that, you're getting more screen and thinner bezels on the pros to make it feel like even more of a pro and tech-focused experience. And on the back, the camera bump that we've all come to just absolutely love, it's getting even bigger. And not just bigger here, it's also getting taller as well. But why is Apple doing that? They're not just doing it for the meme of it. It's going to be a 48 megapixel camera on here, which is 4 times the resolution in megapixels we have on the current 13 Pro. I cannot imagine how the photos and videos are going to look, because we're also hearing 8K video will be coming on the Pros in conjunction with this, which is, I don't even know. 8K video, that's, I don't have a camera that does that. And it is on the inside of the Pros that Apple's going to be putting the all-new A16 chip. Plus, I have a theory that if they bring this satellite connectivity to the 14, that it's going to be that A16 processor and some internals on the Pros that enable satellite connectivity only on Apple's most expensive iPhones. And I say most expensive again because, well, the prices are going up on the Pros. For all of these features, you're going to be paying $100 more over the 13 series, with the 14 Pro starting starting at $1099 and the 14 Pro Max at $1199. Yeah, the prices are going to be getting a little bit more expensive, but we're also getting purple, so I feel like that's a pretty fair trade-off on the Pros and actually the standard 14s. We're hearing that purple is going to be the new headline color at launch. All right, so that's everything you should know about the iPhone 14, but that's just part of this event. I mean, it's the main reason Apple's doing it, but they're also going to be announcing new versions of the Apple Watch in just 2 weeks. And they're actually going to be announcing 3 different models this year. First of all, a new version of the Apple Watch SE. This is Apple's low-end model. They're basically just going to spec bump it and maybe tweak the design a little bit with a faster processor to get it up to date to some of the more recent watches. Really nothing super exciting there. The standard Apple Watch Series 8 is going to be getting a temperature sensor for the first time. So if you're running a fever, like in the age of viruses and people getting sick constantly, imagine if before you even knew it, your watch was like, hey bro, you could be running a fever. Why don't you confirm with another temperature reading? That really is going to be the main upgrade for the Series 8 because as I've talked about, like Apple's really slow at changing things on the watch. There's not even going to be a faster chip in the Apple Watch Series 8 this year, which is like, I don't know, that's kind of sus. Why not even a faster chip? But again, I think Apple's doing this intentionally because it's not just an SE and an Apple Watch Series 8 standard that's coming. They're also going to be dropping for the first time ever an Apple Watch Series 8 Pro. And this is the device that we've been talking about for years, aimed at extreme sports athletes and people that want to push their watch to the limits. It's going to have an all-new, more rugged and durable design, and it's going to be unlike any Apple Watch before it. Because it's also said it costs around a grand for your Apple Watch, and your iPhone's more than that now. It's kind of a lot. I don't know. That's kind of an excessive amount of money. I am really fascinated to see what Apple does because renders of this thing, you know, they've been faked many times over.
A lot of times.
No, joking aside, it's these flat edges that have been going around for years now that I've seen evidence of myself, and I just genuinely thought that we would see it by now. Maybe this is the year that we finally get the flat edge design. And finally, rounding things out, I also believe we're going to see a new base iPad at this event, a new version of the $329 model with 5G, an A14 chip, and USB-C on the bottom, not to mention an entirely new design to match the rest of the iPad line that also has flat edges. Flat edge is kind of a trend for a lot of Apple's products now, and I think this concept actually looks really dope. I want an iPad that looks like this in colors and also has this new design. So I'm obviously stoked about this. I mean, what do you guys think? What's the event going to be? What are we getting? Purple?
Purple.
Yeah. Purple, big purple people here.
I don't know, it's kind of ugly.
Are we getting the satellite connectivity?
Okay. I think that teaser is, it's a little bit too, it's too much of a coincidence. I'll say that.
Yeah, right. Like there's no way. What else would that mean?
The only thing is astrophotography, but like
we've said that every year, and I don't. Does anyone actually care about that? Like for
I don't
Apple
think
to
that
market
would be a headline feature. I'm like looking at the wallpaper here, and like look at that.
Products wise, we're definitely getting iPhone 14.
Yes.
We're definitely getting Apple Watch.
Yes.
But we don't know what it looks like.
Well, we don't know what it looks
Probably
like exactly.
Okay, but what's the Pro?
The Apple Watch Pro is gonna be flat sides.
I don't think so. I think it's like flat and then curved, like the MacBook Pro.
Oh. But that is flat sides, to be clear.
No, but I see what he like it'll be rounded at the bottom because then it's more comfortable on the wrist. But then the top and the screen will be flat.
And then the iPad?
I think the iPad could be good if it's under. It has to be $400 or less.
Yeah, I hope they're not going to raise the price of the $329. I mean, that
I
model
don't think
sells.
they're going to sell for $329. I think $349, $379, $399.
Yeah.
Anything above $399 is too much with, a home button and the bezels. But they're going for the new design, USB-C, the new Apple Pencil. I think they're going to raise the price.
I should start editing this video. We have to go pick up my new car.
Yeah, we got to go. Wrap this up. Yeah. We're done here.
Okay.
We're done.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to have to bleep that. Anyway. Thank you guys. Luke Miani, Ian Zelbo, follow them. They're great. And I'm going to edit.
Link in the description.
No, okay.
Link
You're
in the
overstaying your welcome. Bye-bye.
Link in the description.
Stop.